Good morning students, here I am with the first video of revision on MySQL. MySQL is actually a database management system. First of all, you have to understand what is a database. Database is a collection of data, information that is organized so that it can be easily accessed, managed and updated. Database actually consists of table, queries and different kind of views. Different data we can enter. It can be in the form of name, salary, city. It can be anything, but its collection is actually known as database. In the database, you can understand it more better that database is just like a container. It contains various objects in it according to the requirement of the person, whatever he want. The data arranged in the database can be in the form of rows or columns, which is actually a table, or it can be in the form of a report, but everything which is saved in the database, it is actually in an organized way. So I hope database is clear. Now, why do we need a database? What's the requirement of database? So if you have large amount of data in the form of records I think you understand, name, class, section, salary, it is a record of a person. So if you have thousands of record, so it's very difficult for anybody to manage it. So that can be managed by using a database. Second thing is, database consists of the data, it is always follow particular validation rule. If you remember, we have studied constraint. By constraint, we can create a particular validation on the data. So the data entered by the user should be accurate. Second, ease of updating data. If you have inserted records in the data, so we can easily make changes in that. Now next need is security of data. With database, we can even create security groups and privileges. We can grant and revoke privileges. Data is also maintained in the database, means integrity of the data is maintained so that the data is always accurate and correct. Now what is DBMS? DBMS is a software which is responsible for storing, maintaining, utilizing database in a very easy manner. A database along with DBMS software is called database system. Database which you have created, DBMS software, MySQL, whatever it is, the full is known as database system. We have various examples of DBMS software as Oracle, MySQL, MS Access, Paradox, so many are there. You can use according to the requirement. Next is, what are the advantages of database system? Database reduces redundancy, means duplicacy will be removed. Database control inconsistency. The data insert should always be a consistent one based on the constraint which you have applied. Even we can do sharing of data. If you remember, you have already studied that if we have connectivity network in the computer system, we can do sharing of data also. It also maintains security. It also maintains integrity. These are the various advantages of database system. I hope it's clear to you. In the next topic, you will study various database model. If you have created a table or database, so how we will manage it? What are the different ways by which we can manage a database? So various models are there. Relational on the basis of table, in the form of table. Network model. In the network model, actually data is in the form of records and relationship by using a link. Hierarchical is in the form of tree structure, means different records are there according to the column, but it should be in the form of a tree. And next is object oriented model. In the object oriented model, each and every column and its entry are actually behaving like the object. Next terminology is relational database. A relational database is a collective set of multiple data sets organized by table. Relational database means actually in MySQL or in SQL, table is also known as relation. So whatever table and database we are creating, actually they are known as relational database. Actually it is creating link also. If you remember foreign key, so we are connecting two different tables by that. So relational database use structured query language SQL. SQL is the language which we use and MySQL is the DBMS software. That is the difference between both the things. Now various relational database terms are relation. Table is also known as relation, which is a collection of rows and columns. Atomicity, duplicacy, ordering, homogeneous, these are the different features of a table. Then domain. Domain means the different values which you are inserting in a table. Tuple means the row. Attribute means column. Then number of rows and number of columns. Number of columns, it is known as degree, and number of rows is known as cardinality. After that, I'm going to explain you what are the different keys in a database. Key plays a very important role in a relational database management system. We have various keys in the database. They are primary key, candidate key, alternate key, and foreign key. First of all, primary key. Primary key is a column or a group of column in a table that uniquely identify rows in that table. Means if you have a column as a primary key column, it should have not null value as well as unique value. Second thing is candidate key. All the attributes of the table which can serve as candidate of a primary key are known as candidate key. Suppose you have a table, it has two column, roll number and admission number. Both are not null, both are unique, so both can serve as primary key. But you are selecting admission number as a primary key. So the leftover candidate key is the alternate key. Means admission number and roll number both are candidate key. But if I am selecting roll number as the primary key, so leftover candidate key is the alternate key. Means all the candidate key which is not a primary key is alternate key. And all the attribute which can serve as primary key is candidate key. Then comes foreign key. Foreign key is a non-key attribute of a table which take its value from the primary key or unique of another table. So if we are making any changes in the parent table, same changes will be reflected in the child table itself. Now in the next flow chart, all the keys are given to you. So by seeing the diagram, most of the things will be clear to you. What is a primary key? What are the candidate key? Different tables are also given here. So after seeing the table from the flow chart diagram, it will be clear to you which are the different keys. Thank you.